Test. Okay. We are getting ready to go live. And we are live. Good morning, everybody. This is James, and welcome to the Conversations on Content. We've been working on a lot of stuff. We've been kind of absent off of YouTube for the last few weeks because we've been dealing with a lot of family issues. And that's what I wanted to come and talk about today is balancing your content creation and your life. So those of you that are joining us, thank you so much for joining us here on the live stream. This is the new webcam. You can see we have our Sony A6100 set up as our main camera now, and we got the new Stream Deck going. So that's how we're able to switch the scenes. The way we set ours up is I ran everything into OBS. I set up different scenes for the different cameras, and then I can switch to the old webcam. You can see the difference between the webcam and the Sony A6100 cam. Huge difference in the quality of my image, the quality of our picture. I love the new camera. I'm still working on getting all the settings just right and getting everything dialed in. But this is, one of our first major gear upgrade in like 9 years. And so we took advantage of it, and we're enjoying the new look. We're enjoying the new way of doing things. We're using the Elgato Stream Deck to switch between the different cameras. And we have the Sony A6100 is hooked up via a Elgato Cam link. We also got a new light. Our new main light is a Elgato Key Light. I've kind of fallen in love with the Elgato brand lately. They got a ton of really, really great stuff, but it is on the pricier side. It's not going to be your budget system setup. And I don't recommend starting with this stuff, but I've been doing content for about 10 years, and it's something that I've been wanting to do full time for a long time. So I felt it was a worthwhile investment for me to go ahead and put some money into it. And thank you guys for supporting the channel. Now, I've been absent. For those of you that have been around for a while, I've been absent off of YouTube quite a bit lately. I've been on a few live streams here and there, but I've been, hold on. Everybody's throwing a fit. Today's also Good Friday. So those of you that celebrate those kind of things, happy Good Friday to you. And because it's Good Friday, the toddler did not have daycare, and he's throwing a fit in the other room right now. So I don't know if you can hear that on the microphone, but if so, I'm sorry. I haven't been able to get that totally dialed out yet. But one of the things that we've been focused on lately is the last couple of weeks, about 3 weeks ago, we went to Dallas. So we were gone for a week, and we were out of town. And then when we came back, the toddler was sick, and he got sick, and we were working on getting him better. And then Emily got sick, and Dad got sick, and Mom got sick, and everybody in the house got sick over the last few weeks. And that's something that we've been struggling with. So this is part of why I've been absent off of YouTube. I haven't been active in the chats. I haven't been on very many live streams. Usually if I'm there, I'm in and out, because we've been balancing working, doing family stuff, and taking care of everybody else and getting everybody else well. My daughter also, the reason we went to Dallas is she was getting signed off by the last of her doctors for a hip surgery that was supposed to happen last year. Got canceled due to the pandemic and everything. And so we had to reschedule everything. And so life has been a very difficult balance lately for us. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about was how do you find that balance? And this is something everybody has to find for themselves. I'm not going to tell you, oh, you need to spend this much time with your family, there's this much time on your content. But if you want to be successful as a content creator, you're going to have to spend time with your content. You're going to have to pull away. You're going to have to work on not just, creating the content is just a small piece of what we do. We look at it as, oh, I'm a full-time YouTuber, but the reality is, as a YouTuber, I also still have to post on other social media platforms to drive interest, to get engaged with other people on other platforms. I am also working on creating products in the background, creating services, doing other things to monetize our content. And all that stuff is stuff that honestly takes more effort and work than the actual content itself. And then we also have to do If we're working on brand deals, if we're working on other things, I've got the new camera. I'm having to learn how to use the new camera, how to dial all the features in and how to understand it. So I'm always learning new things. I'm studying new things about different forms of content. So there's a lot of different aspects to our content creation journey other than just throwing up a video once a week on YouTube or twice a week or however often you go on. So you've got to really find that balance though between your family time and your YouTube time or your content time. If you're on Facebook, creating videos on Facebook or creating content on Facebook, if you're creating on Instagram, whatever content platform you're using, you've got to balance your life with that. And this is the way to finding more fulfillment in our lives. This is the way to getting more out of what we're trying to do. So if we have that going on, if we can find that balance and we can get things more balanced, you're going to be happier. You're going to be more fulfilled and you're going to be able to do more with less time, with less effort. But if you're struggling, if you're having struggles with getting your content out there, then you need to make sure your family's on board with you doing the content creation and explain to them, the opportunities, explain to them, help them to understand why you're doing content. I have people all around in my life who are thinking I'm just wasting time on all this content stuff. And you're going to find those kind of people in your life and even in your family. But in order to really hone in as a content creator and to make this a full-time career, you're going to have to find that balance between spending time with them, spending time doing other things you love. And if you're part-time, it's really, really hard to do that when you're part-time. I always struggled with that when I was trying to create content and working at the prison full-time and trying to take care of the family. Time was just very absent, and I have times that I just feel like I could give up sleeping completely and still not get everything done in my life that I have to get done. But as we focus more on just finding a way to do it, we're still getting things done around the house. We're making more progress on my storage cleanup, and we are still having some time to create content. I've got to get back into my writing. I've got an ebook I started writing a few weeks ago. I got to get back to writing on it some more. And that's something that we've had to find that right opportunity. So if you're watching this, let me know in the comments, what are you struggling to balance in your life? Is it creating your videos? Is it creating products? What is it that you're having a struggle with trying to find the time? Leave me a comment below, because that's going to drive a lot of the content we're creating. Future is the comments that people leave us. So make sure you let us know. And don't forget, if you are interested in supporting the show, you can buy us a copy. You can go to buymeacopy.com/James M. Pruitt, and James Pruitt Buy Me a Copy will allow you the opportunity, if you want to support the channel. There's also a link down in the description of all of our videos to allow you to support our channel. Those of you who have been supporting our channel, we really appreciate everything you've done to help us to continue our growth and to continue bringing this content to you. So one of the things that you've got to really sit down and do is work with your family on your content schedule. One of the things that can help is, setting your schedule and really honing in on, this is going to be content time. Like my family knows, and I was a little bit late today. I was about an hour late today, but usually 10:30 to 11:30 every Friday is live stream time. And 10:30 at night on Wednesdays is usually live stream time. I haven't done that live stream. I actually have one scheduled for those that tried to see it and missed it. I did have a live stream that I tried to do a few days ago. I still haven't done it yet. I'm going to try to do it probably tomorrow night. But family issues have gotten in the way. And sometimes it's okay to take a break from YouTube. This is something a lot of people, we get so caught up in the, oh, you have to keep your consistent posting schedule. Now, you don't want to take a 4 month break, a 5 month break, a year long break, and post inconsistently. You want to still try to post consistently as much as you possibly can. Keep that fresh content coming into the algorithm, keep that fresh content coming out to your subscriber base. One of the things that we're doing and that we've been doing for a little while is we're building up a library in our back end of private videos, videos that are recorded, edited in private mode. And this way, if life gets in the way, if family issues come up that I can't post, like I know my daughter's going to be having surgery here in about 4 or 5 weeks, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get content out. So I'm having some videos already recorded, already edited, already ready to go. They're evergreen content, so it doesn't matter if I post them this week, next week, 6 months from now. Whenever I need them, they're there ready to publish. This is something that's going to be huge in helping you to find that balance, because then when life gets in the way, you can just go in really quickly in just a few minutes, schedule the posting time for that video, and it'll automatically go out to your audience without. Now, when you're doing live streams, it's a lot more difficult to do that, but you might do your live stream at a different time. You might just say, you know what, I got to spend time with the family. I'm going to have to do this live stream either early in the morning or late at night so that I can do it when the family's not there, or just say, you know what, we're just going to do a pre-recorded video for this week because the family's not going to be available for that live stream, or the family issues just are not allowing me to be available. So, but whatever it is you're doing, whenever your life gets in the way, you want to have something in the buffer already ready to go so that you can still serve your audience. You still want to always be serving your audience as much as you can. And sometimes you just got to take a break. I've had times where I've just had to step away from YouTube. I've had to just take a break from the content. I'm getting better at not making those breaks extended, not making those breaks totally disappear. And I try to still check in with some of the live streams that I go to, here and there when I have a few moments. But a lot of times I've even had times I'll check into a live stream, but I'll just lurk. Nobody even knows I'm there. I've had times had another channel's live stream just a couple of days ago, and never said a word in the chat. They never even knew I was there. But I was hanging out in the background, listening to what they were saying, and then they knew I was listening because later on they posted something else on social media, and I made a reference to their live stream, to some things that they said in their live stream, and they were like, "Huh, we didn't know you were even there." I was like, "Yep, I was in the background watching." So sometimes that's what happens. And sometimes I'll go back and watch the replays. Sometimes there's a live stream that I really wanted to make, and sometimes, I have times there's 10 different live streams going on at once, and I want to be at least 4 or 5 of them. So sometimes you have to pick and choose which one are you going to go to live and which one are you going to watch the replay, and then balance that around your family. Sometimes one of the things that we do is that family balance when I've got a lot of videos to watch is we'll sit on the couch in the living room and watch YouTube videos on the TV. So I can sit there with my daughter and be watching something. I can't be really recording or going live. I can't really engage in the chat when I'm playing it on the TV, but it is a way that I can still support the other channels that I support and still follow along what's going on with other channels and learning news of what's going on with YouTube when I'm not in there doing all the research myself. So, but finding that balance, you got to find what works best for you and what works best for your family. Are you ignoring your kids, or are you ignoring your wife, or are you ignoring everything else going on in your life because you're trying to get that next piece of content? This is part of why we backed away from the storage scavenger, because it was just taking so much time between doing the storage units and doing the videos and doing the auctions and doing the shipping and doing all the stuff. It was eating up way too much of my time. And I was spending way too much of my time on those things and not enough time with the family. And this is why I love getting into more digital stuff where I'm doing digital products, doing digital stuff. One, it's better for sales on the back end because if I'm selling a digital product, all I have to do is, talk about it on my videos, and then everything on the back end is automated. So once I create the content, all the sales process, deliverability, all of that is automated. So I spend less time on the content, and most of the work is done on the front end to set it all up. And then once it's set up, it's there and it's there forever. And so this is something, I got a book I've been writing on, and I've actually been looking at some different ways to go ahead and start dripping out the publishing. Like a friend of mine that I was watching a while back, and I don't know if the strategy still works. I know it was working a couple of years ago. Is people are using Amazon Kindle publishing to write a book, and they would publish like 1 or 2 chapters at a time as little mini books for like 99 cents or $2. And then once they completed the entire book, then they would bundle it together into a package, into a single book, and then publish it as a whole book. And that's another way to reuse your content and to drip content out over time and monetize your channel and do that. So if you write 1 chapter a month and you got 12 chapters in your book, in a year you have a whole book written. And I can do a chapter in probably 2 or 3 days once I really, really sit down and focus on it. But then you got to do artwork, you got to do images, you got to do editing, formatting, all that kind of stuff, which is really what takes up more time. It takes me more time to do all the formatting and editing and creating those graphics and creating the book covers and setting all that stuff up. And then we can publish direct to Kindle. Now, depending on which way you Kindle, if you do Kindle publishing, you can publish little smart bite-sized chunks and just publish them. And then you can get it out there and get people to see it, get people buying it, start building up those buyer lists. It's another great way too to promote your YouTube channel, because you can do that. People will find you on Amazon that don't know about your YouTube channel, and then you also include links in that Kindle book to your YouTube channel. You refer people back to your YouTube content through the book so that people will come to your channel. Promote your website. If you have your own website, which whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever platform of social media, wherever you're creating content, you should also have your own website and be sending people to your website, capturing email addresses, and building your own platform that you own and control, so that if YouTube shuts you down, you can still survive. If Facebook shuts you down, you can still survive and just move to a different platform. There's hundreds. What a lot of people don't get is, we have a handful of, really popular platforms that we can use, but there's hundreds of really great platforms out there that can help you to continue your growth as a content creator. Hundreds of platforms out there. So that's something that you will want to constantly think about. You can get out there on all these different platforms, and you can really connect with your audience. You can build a totally different audience and move them around wherever you want. And there's a lot of micro platforms that most people don't even know about, and those micro platforms can be better than the big, huge platforms for some people. So don't limit yourself to just one platform to create content on. Try to diversify different platforms. Try to look outside of the box, but also build your own platform. That's why I blog. That's why I build my own websites. Every project I've ever done, I always build my own website. It may not be a great website. It may not be huge, but I always do that. And then as you do that, if you have to take a break, you step back from a while. One of the advantages to having your own website, building your own email list, is then if you have to take a break, you step back for a while, you can you can even have pre-scheduled content there that comes out on a regular schedule. But then you can also just shoot a quick broadcast email to your list, to your subscribers there, and let them know, hey, this is what's going on in my life. I'm taking a step back for a little while, but we are going to be coming back. And you can even set up with those emails, you set up in what's called an autoresponder, where you can have pre-written emails that are on a scheduled posting schedule that go out on a regular schedule to your subscribers, so that you don't have to worry about them being served content, them being served and hearing from you for months at a time. And the more of that stuff you can set up ahead of time, you can do, when we do batch recording of our videos, one of the things that we're doing, and it's part of why we wanted the new camera and we're working on the new setup, once I get everything really tied in, we're going to be batch recording a ton of content and batch editing content, so that we're going to have at any time 10 to 20 videos in the back end already scheduled and ready to go published. So in other words, I will have 2 to 3 months worth of content pre-recorded, pre-edited, ready to go. The content, and I still leave myself room in my posting schedule to post, industry specific or, time sensitive stuff that might come up. But most of my evergreen content, I can record it days, weeks, or months in ahead of time and just schedule it to upload whenever I'm ready for it to upload. One of the big things that we've got going on, with Emily being sick, is we're also going through some changeovers with our nursing staff, with the people that help us take care of Emily. So this is part of why I've been gone, because we're having a gap in some of our days of the week where I don't have the time, because I'm so busy trying to make sure she's taken care of, and doing the things I got to do with her, and making sure the toddler is taken care of, who just turned 2. So it's a real step back to focus on all of them and make sure that they have some time. And the thing is too, is sometimes I get ideas. I've actually got some new content ideas that I'm working on, and I'm working on creating some content around some of these ideas from spending that family time. So sometimes taking that step back will actually help you as a content creator. It's going to help you to have a better flow and have a better idea of what it is that you really want to do with your content, and how you can connect with more people, and how you can get more people doing the things that you want them to do, how you can start kind of guiding and directing the way you want things to go with your content as you go forward. So these are just a few things that you can do to continue working on your content and find the balance with your family. It should be kind of a family decision. You need to kind of work together and communicate together and make things work. And I'm not the best one at doing all that. Jessica and I argue about that kind of quite a bit. Sometimes we're not on the same page as to how much time it actually takes to be successful as a content creator. And time, not just as in, the days, weeks, or months it takes to build the following, but how much time per day. It's not like it's not like a 9-to-5 job where, you go in and you work these certain number of hours and you get paid this amount of money. It's not like that. And people expect that out of YouTube. It's like, I put in this many hours of work, I should be getting this much results. It's not like that. You get paid, you make money, you get views, you get subscribers based on the value that you bring to your community. First, you got to build a community, and you got to provide value to the community while you're building that community. That's how you make money. That's how you make this a full-time job. It's not based on hours worked. It's based on value provided. I've seen creators that can spend 2 or 3 hours a week working on their content because they're so in tune with their community that they can really just dive in and jump in and get some really good value very quickly, and make a full-time living doing that. Make some decent income. Maybe you're just doing YouTube as a side hustle. Maybe you're just doing it as a side project, something that you enjoy doing, and you're not even concerned about making money, but you still want people to see your content. You still want people to view your content. Well, to get those views, to get those subscribes, you've got to provide value to people. And so helping your family to understand that it's not about how many hours you work. It's about the value you can provide, and the more time you can put into it, the more value you're going to get, the better the content's going to be. The more time you can put into that research. I spend a lot of time not just on creating the content, I spend a lot of time researching the ideas before I ever press record. Researching, seeing what other people are saying, doing some things. Yeah, most of what I teach, most of what I talk about when I'm talking is coming from my personal experience. But I also still go around and I look at what other people are saying. I look at my keywords and I see what the top videos for my keywords are talking about on those topics, so I can kind of guide things in. Sometimes I find questions that people are asking in the comments of those other videos that aren't being answered by the other channel owners. And so I might focus on answering some of those questions and bringing that perspective into how we're creating our content. But if you're really into the content game, if you enjoy creating content, whatever niche you're in, whatever way of creating content you're focused on, find that balance and make sure that you're not forgetting about your family, but not forgetting about your audience while you're taking care of your family. I've tried to, even though I haven't been doing my regular live streams as much, I haven't been as present in the other live streams. I've tried to, at least my minimum viable, opportunity for me is at least posting one video a week. And like I said, that's where I do the batch records. We have some content in the background. So even if I have to take 2 or 3 or 4 weeks off to spend time with the family, I have that batch set up already in the background of the studio. And all I have to do is spend a couple of minutes, and I can even do it through my app and go in and schedule it to publish at a certain time. And that way your content will still be served. Your audience will still be served something, even if it's not what they're used to. Maybe you're not doing your live stream, but and sometimes you might just go live for just a few minutes. Sometimes it's just a connection of hitting live and going live for a few minutes, whether anybody shows up or not. I mean, today I went live, even though I was a little bit late off my normal schedule. I went live and I have 0 people watching the live stream right now. And that's okay. I'm not mad about it. I was late. I was off my normal schedule. I haven't been on the platform very much in the last few weeks, so people weren't sitting there waiting for me to go live. But just putting this is going to put content on the channel so that people can watch it on the replay. So that may be something you do. You might, and if you do normally an hour live stream, maybe you say, you know what, I'm going to do a 15 to 20 minute live stream. I'm going to do a 30-minute live stream. Just go in and connect with the audience, put some fresh content out there, and let people know what we're doing and what we're going through. So, everybody in my house has been sick for the last few weeks. I'm still not feeling well myself. I don't know if you can see it. My left side of my face is all swollen. I've got a sinus infection right now. And so I probably will still not be as active for the next week or two. And then over the next, 6 weeks, because in about 4 or 5 weeks, Emily's having surgery on her hip. And I'm going to be going to Dallas with her. Jessica's going to be staying home with the toddler. And so I'm going to be in the hospital with Emily for about a week to 2 weeks while she's recuperating and getting ready to go home. So that's something that I already know is coming. I'm going to have pre-recorded content. We got a new laptop along with all this gear upgrade, and hopefully I can get everything working so that we can take the laptop with us to Dallas. Because if I can take that laptop to Dallas, and maybe I can still do a live stream from there. It's also going to depend on the stability of our internet connection. If I can get a good, stable connection, then we might be able to still stream. But we'll just have to see what happens. So I hope that these ideas are going to help you with finding a little bit of balance in your family and your work life. That's the main focus of what today is just getting you to think about it, contemplate how to find that balance, start working with your family, start finding ideas with your family to find that balance between work and content creation, because your content creation can be important. It's a great outlet, but it's not your whole life. And I know so many people that just get so caught up in their content that they completely and totally forget about everybody else in their family. They forget about spending time with their kids. They get caught up in the hustle. The hustle. I A lot of people think I'm a hustler because I'm always busy, but I really don't like the hustle mentality. I really do not like the you have to hustle and grind to be successful. I do not believe you have to hustle and grind as much as some people say you do in order to be successful. What you have to do, which is what we're going to be talking about in tomorrow's live stream. I'm going to try to do it tomorrow, is your thoughts and how your thinking affects what you do and how you go. And there's just these ideas out there, and if you believe that you have to hustle to be successful, you're going to have to hustle to be successful. But if you don't believe you have to hustle that much, you can still get out there, create content, and the right people are going to find you. The right people are going to connect with you, and you can post as often as you need to. Again, find your balance, find the quality of your content, find the value you want to provide your niche. And it could be entertainment. One of my friends, Chuck, Backroad Bitter, he watches our channel, he comments, he's usually here at our live streams. He didn't show up this morning. But Chuck did a video yesterday. It was an April Fool's joke. And he does reselling content. And so he did a top reselling tips video where he took several different items and showed how to clean them and prepare them for sale. And the things that he was showing were all it was obviously not the way to do things. So it's a great video. I enjoyed watching it. But do those kind of things. Do something that's just entertaining, just to entertain your audience and just to get something out there. And keep moving forward. That's the biggest thing right now. Just keep moving forward. Every day, in every way, we're getting better and better and better. I'm getting better at creating. I love the new setup. I hope you like the new lighting. In fact, leave me a comment below. Tell me what you think of the new camera. Which one do you like better? Camera A, which is the new camera. Camera B, which is the old Logitech webcam, which still doesn't look, it doesn't look terrible, but I can definitely tell huge difference with the same lighting setup between this camera and the new camera. This is the new camera, and this is the one we're going to be really using for the most part. We still do have the webcam. I'm probably going to get another Sony camera to set up as my secondary cam. And so don't forget, you can also follow us around the web. You can find us at Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Just check out Inspired Tubers. We will be back with the Inspired Tuber show tomorrow night. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you had a fantastic week, and we'll see you next time.